guys, welcome to Gemma B Makes. I'm Gemma and this is my crafty podcast where I talk about all the things that I've been making. It's been a long time since the last podcast. I've put a little vlog up about my Yarndale trip, but I haven't actually talked about the things that I've been making, and it's been, I think it was the very beginning of September the last time I did, so it's been at least 7 weeks. I've got lots and lots to share with you guys. It might be a long one. Saying that, as usual, I vlog when my little boy James is asleep and having his nap. Currently, some guys have just started drilling and digging up the road outside, so I'm sorry for any sounds that you can hear, and they will be sorry if they wake up my boy. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. I'm going to try my very best to talk about as much as I possibly can and fit it all in. If not, we'll just have to save it all for next time because there's lots and lots to talk about, and I don't want to skim over the bits that I tend to do. So, shall we dive straight in with what I've been making? They're drilling again. Shh. I'm struggling a little bit with the light today, guys. If those of you that join me often will know that I've switched back to places. I'm getting blinded by the winter sun where I usually sit, and this place is a little bit dark, but I think we're just going to have to work with it and see how it goes. So I'll do, what have I been making? All the things. I think we'll start with what I'm wearing. So, I don't know if you can see, this is the Shepherd's Purse tee by the Crochet Project, and it is one of the best things that I've ever made. So it is crocheted in my friend Esther's hand spun yarn. She spun, it was 100 grams, or was it 200? I don't know. A big blend, a big blended thing of wool. What are they called? I'm losing my mind. Oh my gosh. Grandma, excuse me. Hello. Okay, what was I talking about? Every time she rings me. I was talking about Esther. So, Esther spun this yarn for me. Well, she was spinning it for herself and I stole it. But it was one braid of a wool blend and then 3 different coloured silks. So, I don't know if you can. I'm going to have to stand up, aren't I? Oh, not if I can. You ready? Whoop. So, if you can see, I hope you can. So, it's one blend of wool and then applied together with 2 different coloured silks. So it's a darker blue one, a lighter blue one, and then a really light blue at the bottom. I'm really, really happy with it. I think it fits lovely. It's really, really nice. It was a dream to work up. It's a really special yarn, and I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. So I took me and my crocheted top to Yarndale on the Sunday and went to go show the girls of the Crochet Project, Kat and Joanne. And they were really, really happy with it as well. In fact, I think Joanne teared up a little bit. I won't put yeah, I don't hold me to that, but I think she did. And she gave me a little crochet project for wearing one of her designs. It's a little sewing on badge. I thought it was really nice. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with how it all worked out. So it really blocked out. It's supposed to be a cropped top. And it's worked in 3 panels. So you start with the sleeves, 2 rectangles for sleeves, and you use that as your gauge swatch, which is, I think, brilliant. And then you make the front and you make the back and just seam them together. Now, because I knew I didn't have lots and lots of yarn. I only had this. There wasn't going to be any more. I wouldn't be able to get any more. I'd kind of done the maths and with my swatch and thought that it would work. But just in case, what I did is I knit the front top half and the back top half simultaneously, and I kept doing it row by row. I literally did one row on the front, one row on the back, one row on the front, one row on the back, just so I know I could use all of the yarn and it would all match when I finally did seam it. And when I blocked it, oh my gosh, did it block out? It literally doubled in size. I was happy that it doubled in size, but I thought it was going to be really quite cropped. But because it's lace weight, it just really did stretch out. And it looks really nice. Well, I think so. I have worn it a lot since I made it. So when I first made it, I've blocked it once and I have worn it a lot. I wore it, I made it, I'm wearing it. But it's just so nice, it's comfortable, and yeah, and one of the most enjoyable things that I've crocheted, because it worked up fast. You kind of think you work in your chain spaces and you know it builds and it grows really quite fast. To say that you're using lace weight yarn, it does grow really fast. So yeah, super duper happy with it. It's definitely one of my favourite makes so far. And to say I'd do another one, but I don't think I'll ever get the yarn as special and as precious as this yarn. So unless Esther wants to make me some more, I'm sure she will. She knows she's got a customer in me now. That's it. Excuse me. I'm really dry. Okay, so yeah, that is finished object number 1. Okay. I've got quite a few finished objects. I don't know if I'm going to get them all through. Anyway, I'll show you next. I say finished objects, it looks like I've got ends on these. Okay, so another finished object. I have a full pair of socks. These are, well, a bit of a story behind this one. These were a test knit for Katie of Geordie Knits. And it was the low fell sock. Since doing the testing and finishing the socks, she's not actually been able to release the pattern. It's really quite similar to another one apparently, so she's not releasing it. But I still got a really nice pair of socks out of it. I'll show you. I knit these out of Coop Knits. I really enjoyed using the Coop Knits. But I don't know if you can see that texture on there. It's literally a five stitch block of moss stitch and 5 stockinette. So 5 moss stitch, 5 stockinette, and it just creates a really nice texture. I really enjoyed these. I've really got a nice pair of socks. They need blocking. I haven't blocked them. They're on the blockers, but I haven't blocked them. In fact, there's might be ends in the inside. I've finished them, but not quite. So yeah, so I managed to get a full pair of socks, and it's a proper shame that there's going to be no pattern released for it, because even though it is quite similar to another pattern, it's only similar in it wasn't really the same. Anyway, but I understand her reasoning behind it. But yeah, really nice. I really enjoyed making those. And then they kind of put me onto a sock kick, basically. Because I finished them really quite fast, I wanted to then carry on and make some more socks. So I got some of, well, I'll show you. So I managed to finish another pair of socks. Yeah, super duper sock kick at the minute. I really enjoyed making them. So this yarn, I'm saying I finished a pair. I did a kitchen on my toe. Who does that? Me, apparently. Anyway, I'll sort that out when I finish filming. So yeah, I've practically got a pair of socks. This yarn is the Socks That Rock. I think it's by Blue Moon something or other. Anyway, I'll do the thing. I really enjoyed using this colourway. I thought the colours were brilliant. It looks really not very nice in the ball. My friend Mel came round to visit as I just kind of cast these on, and we were saying it doesn't look really nice in the cake. It looked lovely in the skin, and I think it looks really, really nice knit up in the sock. But yeah, in the cake it just looks random. Anyway, I really, really enjoyed knitting with it, and these socks knit up so fast. However, it's a really, really thick sock. It's almost sport weight. It's got a really, really high twist to it, and it's called Socks That Rock, so I assumed it's, you know, sock yarn. But it's quite, I haven't got the ball band. Why haven't I got the ball band? I can't show you. It's 150 grams, so it's 400 meters, but for 150 grams. So it's actually quite, I'd put that more of a sport weight. So they're really quite a thick sock. I tried to make them a little bit bigger. You can't really see because it's got quite a lot of stretch on it, and I haven't blocked them properly. But I was trying to make them for my dad, as I think it's quite, it's a manly rainbow, I think. But because they're so thick, I don't think they've turned out very long. It might be one of those, Dad, you're going to have to try it on. See if it fits. If it doesn't fit you, it'll fit Mum. My dad's got really tiny feet. Well, they aren't. It's just for a man. Anyway, I love the way the pooling's happened. They've actually got, it's pulled red on the top with the blue on the bottom, and on the second sock, it's pulled with the blue on the top and the red on the bottom. And I quite like that. It's a bit of a left and right situation, isn't it? Oh, I'm so annoyed at myself. I haven't kitchened my toe. But yeah, so super sock kick. 2 pairs of socks finished in one episode, and I started on another pair of socks. Actually, I started on 2 pairs of socks. I started on a pair I was knitting in a Debbie Bliss Rialto luxury sock. I've tried to knit with this ball of yarn about 4 times now. It was the first ever sock yarn that I bought. I went to my local yarn store and it said it's a sock yarn. It's Rialto luxury sock. So I thought, right, I'll get that one. It's made for socks. And it's really splitty, and is it a single ply? I can't remember now. And I remember the first time I used it, I was just pulling it apart. I was literally snapping it as I was using it. So I put it to the side and thought, I'm not good enough yet. I can't do socks. And then I tried using it for to do this test knit with. I thought that'd be really nice. But because it was really fuzzy, it was losing. You were losing the texture. You couldn't see the texture. So I changed yarns to the Coop Knits. And I tried again and I thought, right, they'll just be a nice stockinette sock. I'm used to the yarn now. I wasn't splitting it, and I wasn't pulling it to bits when I was started on these ones. So I'd be able to do it. And I think I got about halfway down a sock. I really don't like it. It's not nice. So I pulled those out. And I cast on another sock. Now, this is my own hand-dyed yarn. So we had a little bit of a day with my lovely friend Julie, who's Twist Tangle Fibres, and all the girls at my Spinners of Air group. We spin on a Wednesday at Leeds Industrial Museum, Armley Mills, every Wednesday, 10 till 2, if you want to come and see us, if you're local. But we all had a day where we went to go to my friend Sue's house, and we had a lovely day of dyeing yarn and fibre and whatever we wanted to do. And this was, so this actually, it's a superwash, 75/25, and I've over dyed it. It came originally from a club. I did a 3-month mystery club, and it was a tea club. So you got the yarn and you got a T and you got a stitch marker, and it was a really, really nice club. But I never used this particular colour. I got the 2 out of the 3 that were lovely. They are both now hats. But this one was just, it was really, really pale. There was hardly any colour to it. There was no saturation whatsoever, really. It just had tiny little bits. In fact, it just had some little red speckles that I liked. So I tried to keep the little red speckles. You can't really see them, but they do pop through a little bit, just in a couple of little different places. And then I popped lots of lovely blues and greens and did my own speckles. And I kind of wish I'd have kept it in a skein now, so you could have seen what it looked like in the skein. If you go have a look on Instagram, there's a picture of it on Instagram there. But I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm knitting these on 2.5 Chowgoo needles. I picked these up at Yarndale on the recommendation of absolutely everybody that I've watched on YouTube. And I agree, they are brilliant. They are stunning needles. The join is brilliant. This red lace, you can feel the structure in it. Really, really good, really, really enjoyable. I will be buying more of the Chowgoo red lace sock needles. I'm enjoying them a lot. Although I tend to, when I knit, I don't push the top, but I do catch myself on the top of the needles. I don't know how I do it. And these are quite sharp. So I just have to be aware that, you know, don't do whatever it is that you're doing. I don't know what it is. I don't push, but I do scrape the top. Anyway, they are quite sharp, but brilliant for socks. And I've really, really enjoyed doing that so far. So that's my my sock whip. I'll pop that away. That is being kept in my antler and acorn little bee bag that definitely needs a little wash through the washing machine. I don't know if I showed you these before, but my mum really, really kindly gifted me these 2 little pins, and they match perfectly to this bag. I hope you can see. You can probably see all the rest of my dinner that's down there as well. Oh, you're all twisty. Anyway, thanks, Mum. Yeah, so I've really, really enjoyed doing socks, and they are my out and about project at the minute. Okay, what else have I been knitting? So I'm also doing, talking of Katie of Jodie Knits, I'm also doing another test knit for her. So this test knit is currently being kept in one of my my own handmade bags that might have got a few little flaws, so they're not getting sold to anybody. So this is the, I'm going to double check because I can't remember, long shawl, I can't remember now. The Leam Lane shawl. Okay, so this is the Leam Lane shawl by oh, and again, what, not at the end of a row, Gemma. Oh my god. If you can see that very well, it is a stockinette shawl with some really nice just little garter bumps that make their way around it. I have a long way to go. The yarn that I'm using was really, really kindly gifted by Woolful. Now, Woolful are an online shop that I didn't know about before Katie introduced me to them, but they sell loads of indie dyers yarns. They sell and commercial yarns. So this is Truly Hooked. So this is the Truly Hooked Peruvian Highland DK in the dark grey colour, and it is a three skein shawl. It is definitely a more of a rustic warm yarn. It feels like it's gonna like have your back on fire, like proper toasty. I'm really, really looking forward to actually having this as a finished object to keep me really warm in the winter. And I love the colour. I love the colour. I think it's going to go with absolutely everything. Sorry, I keep looking. I've just noticed this little bump here. What have I done? I haven't missed a stitch. I haven't... It's there. It's like it's missing a little bit of it. Have I cast it off? Have I cast off a stitch? How have I done that? I'm going to have to pull it back. Can I live with that? I think I might be able to live with that, to be honest. You can't really see it. I reckon it'll get fixed in blocking. Well, we'll see next time. Next time I show what I'm working on. Will it still be there? Won't it still be there? We'll see. I am knitting these on my Rosewood Knit Pro Symphony. No, the Knit Pro. They're not symphonies. Are they symphonies? They're the Rosewood Knit Pros. And they're lovely. They're my favourite needle, definitely. I got them gifted for Christmas last year. They're really, really nice. So yeah, so the Leam Lane Shawl by Geordie Knits. Hopefully, I think she's going to be releasing it at the end of the year. She's given us right through till Christmas to get that finished. So, and it's probably going to be needed with all the Christmas knitting that's going to be going on soon. Christmas makes. And I have got one more project that I've been working on, and that is my Tania. So that is also being held in one of my own homemade bags that probably needs a really good wash. But I wanted to show you this time because I got my little yarny sheep on there from Yarndale, this year's guy. He's a little cutie. That's my fridge kicking in. Can you hear that? How loud is my fridge? Ooh. Anyway, sorry. Okay. Last time I showed this, I was just to the body. So I was just on the body, and I've managed to, oh, so many ends. So I think I'd done the lace work and I was to about here. I've managed to go all the way up to the top, slip the sleeves, finish, seam, pick up the sleeves, and I'm currently in the middle of putting in some long sleeves. Now the pattern tells you to knit about 5 centimetres and then cast off. That's normally the size of the sleeve. But I had lots of yarn left, not so much now, the saggy balls. And I'm currently doing sleeves at the minute. I'm just seeing how far I can get with them. At the minute, it kind of hits the crease on my elbow, and I really don't want a sleeve to finish there. I'm hoping that I can get a little bit more length out of it and put some ribbing on. It's not normally what the pattern calls for, but I just wanted a warmer jumper really, and I really wanted to use all the yarn. The yarn is Northshire yarns, and it is a merino cashmere base in the Amarina Sunday colourway. And I managed to pick it up on sale for about £12 a skein a couple of years ago. Bargain. So I've managed to get myself a cashmere jumper for £36 because it's only taken 3 skeins. How cool is that? I was really, really impressed. It's so soft as well. I mean, it is cashmere, so it's going to be soft, but it's really, really nice. I did alternate skeins on the body, but I haven't on the arms. Now the arms have kind of created a little bit of a pooling pattern, but I really quite like it. It's a bit of a stripy do. I was a little bit scared to break off the yarn and then start another one and then go back, but I've done it twice now because I didn't know how much yarn I was going to. I've done it twice and I don't think you can really tell where I've started again, so I'm happy with how it's turning out. And that is all my knitting. I say all my knitting, that's quite a lot for me. I don't get loads and loads, and I get loads done. I knit all the time. So yeah, so what is that? Like nearly 2 finished jumpers, 2 pairs of socks, and halfway through another one, and halfway through a shawl. I think that's a very successful 6 weeks or whatever that we've been, we haven't seen each other. So yes, so that is all my knitting. That is not all the crafts. So as well as knitting, I also love to sew, and I'm on a little bit of a sewing journey at the minute because I started it at the very beginning. I've been doing this podcast now for over a year, maybe going on a year and a half, somewhere like that. And I started my very first sewing project while doing the podcast. I think it was on my first week. I made my baby James a little romper suit, and that was the first thing that I ever made. So, you know, from a year's time, I think I've come quite far, really. Toot toot. That's me tooting my horn. Oh my gosh, I'm sad. Anyway, so I've really tried to get some sewing done recently. It's just not very successful. I don't, when it comes to sewing, it is a very slow kind of, it's slow fashion basically. It's not as slow as knitting, but I find the maths in knitting quite easy to sort out. You get your gauge, even if it's not often that I will ever actually do a gauge swatch, but if I start a jumper or a shawl, I can take the gauge as I go. If it's really off, I will start again and I'll do it on a different needle. But with sewing, I find just making a twirl, making a practice, making a muslin, I just really tedious. And I know it's part of sewing, but I just want to be able to sit down and go, yes, done. Take some measurements and go straight to the pattern and do the measurements, and then it should fit, right? And it just doesn't. Anyway, I'll show you why. Okay, so I have made, I'll show you this, the Winslow culottes by Closet Case Patterns. So they are really big. They're not hemmed. These culottes are supposed to look like a really big full skirt, but be a trouser. Yeah, the culottes. They've got a really nice pocket in. They've got some nice pleats at the front. I've got the bulb, the band, and an invisible zip at the back. So an invisible zip and some pleats at the back as well on the waistband. Some inlaid pockets. Oh, I've lost where I am now. The thing is, I am a big girl on bottom. Like, my bottom is my biggest half. And the way I took my measurements, I measured where I like my trousers to sit. And I think what I've done is I've not looked at at the charts properly, basically. I should have measured my waist. They're supposed to sit on your waist. They're quite a high-waisted trouser, not on your hips, which is where I normally like to wear my trousers. So doing that, and there's quite a bit of ease. They're massive on me. They're so big, and they fall really quite low, meaning the crotch in them, which is right down here, is literally by my knees. Now, the reason I don't wear skirts is because, you know, chub rub is real. You big girls out there will know, you know, they're just, no. I need to wear trousers at all times. If not, I need to wear leggings, or I need to wear some sort of cycling shorts underneath a skirt or underneath a dress, which is why I wanted culottes. I thought I'll get the best of both worlds. I can have trousers, but it'll look like a skirt. But it doesn't, because the crotch is by your knee. I would still need to wear tights underneath, and the way that they sit on my hips, the pleats kind of jut out, and they're not nice. They don't suit me. And when you have a little look on the pattern and have a little look through Instagram and people wearing them, they suit bigger girls. They're made for big girls. Anyway, they just don't suit me. I was really, really annoyed. I spent a good, week or two sorting it all out, and I had the pattern was absolutely brilliant. It was step-by-step instructions, really, really clear. I mean, I managed to do an invisible zip and put pockets in and do pleats, and I made them to spec. I was really, really happy with how it all went. They just don't fit nice, and I don't think I'll be able to make them fit nice. I need to take the waist in by about 4 inches and have them actually on my waist, but because my bottom is my biggest part, the difference between my waist and my hips is quite big, and because there's pleats on the front and the back, it just makes it a really bad shape. I just need to start again. I need a pattern with some nice big baggy trousers that has the crotch where the crotch is supposed to be and that fits me nice. Come on, Santa, get on it. My second sewing project that I've been doing, so obviously I have not been able to sew myself some trousers, nice simple trousers, so I thought I'd just do a coat instead. Anyway, so yeah, nice little journey, saunter along and just build right up to the top. Why not? Just jump straight in. Anyway, this one, however, is going really, really well. So I'm going to show you my my progress. This is the Kelly Anorak by Closet Case Patterns. Again, Closet Case. The patterns are brilliant, step-by-step instructions. Everything comes with a picture. Really, really good. So I've got this really nice kind of khaki green cotton twill that I picked up from the Fab Works in Dewsbury, which is a new to me fabric store that was just so nice. It was really, really big. The staff were really, really helpful, and they had everything that we needed. So this is my progress so far. It's quite big because it's going to be all fully lined. But this is how far I've got. So I've learnt so many new techniques. I learned how to do a flat fell seam, which looks just as nice kind of on the inside than it does on the out. So yeah, points for that one. And what did I do on this back here? We've got like a storm flap on the back. You can see that there. That's just, like a little rainy storm flap. And then the pockets. Now the pockets are currently my favourite part, simply because it was all really technical and I managed to pull it off. So it's got like a little accordion part of a pocket. This one folds down. Eventually it will have a little stud, a little clasp there. But yeah, I managed to get all the pockets on. The top stitching looks really, really nice. And then I flat fell seamed my sides and popped it all together. How cool is that? So eventually it will have sleeves. It has got a hood as well, and I have opted, you have to buy, but there's there's an expansion pack that means you can fully line it. So I've also bought the lining. So a little look, I'll show you the lining. It's all cut out. Ready? Let's see. Come on. Ah, you bugger. Pinned me. So this is my lining, or my lining pieces, which I also picked up from Fab Works in Dewsbury. I'm so happy with this project. I really, really don't want it to get to the end though. Like everything else that I've seen to sew recently, I get to the end and go, no, it doesn't fit. Now this time, I know I had a little moan about doing twirls and muslins and things. I me and my friend Kirsty are making this at the same time. Now, she is like millions of years ahead, and I think she's finished hers, but she doesn't have children. She works from home. She can finish it any time, and she doesn't knit. Yeah. So, but we did measure each other properly, I think. I'm really hoping. And we did measure where everything's supposed to sit. We needed to adjust Kirsty's. She's quite short, so we took some length off of hers, but I think mine was fine. It's made for a 5'6" person, and I am just 5'6". So my length was absolutely fine. My waist hits where they say their waist hits, and I've kind of got all the measurements right. So I'm kind of like the pattern measurements. So I'm really, really hoping that that it all works out well. I'm really, really excited about it. And that, my friends. No, it's not. I've got spinning. I need to go find my spinning. 1 minute. Okay. So, yeah. So on top of all my lovely little crafts that I like to spin, I like to spin my own yarn. I've got to tell you this. I have the best friends ever. I go to the Spinners of Air. I've already mentioned this. Spinners of Air on a Wednesday, and while I've been going there, I have met the nicest, most generous, kindest people. I've got to say, there's, you know, everybody's different. There's not one person I don't like. I like some more than others, but there's not one person that I dislike. Really, really friendly group. And anyway, so the wheel that I've been using at home belongs to Julie. She lent me her wheel on a long-term loan, and I've been using it for a while now at home, and that is what I spun this on. So this is I've got to say, I don't know. So again, Julie gave me a nice big bag of lots of different fibres and some different dyes, some Kool-Aid. She gave me some Kool-Aid, and it was the idea that I could have a little play with Edward and we could do some dyeing. Now, I'd just bought some Craft acid dyes, and I wanted to know what they did more than the Kool-Aid. So I've kept the Kool-Aid for a rainy summer holiday, or winter school holidays or something. We can do that another time. And I dyed this using acid dyes, the Craft. It was supposed to be charcoal. Didn't work out quite how I wanted it to, but it has spun up lovely. I'm really, really, really happy with it. I did a 2-ply. It's come out really, really fuzzy. Originally when I was dyeing it, we thought it was a merino, but now that it's spun and it's got the halo, is absolutely crazy on it. It's really, really fuzzy. So we're really quite unsure what kind of fibre it is, but I think it is my best and most favourite spin so far. I think it comes out at a nice, probably a DK weight. I haven't actually checked. It was 90 grams and I got exactly 200 metres. So 200 metres out of 90 grams, which works out about a DK if it was a commercial spin. I've got to say, I'm really, really not sure how the spinning works. I know you can do wraps per inch. I've never tried. That's not part. I'm sure I will eventually and get more into it. And that's everything that I've been doing. This was actually spun, although I did it on, and I didn't do it at home. We went spinning for a Heritage Day. Was it Heritage Week a couple of weeks ago? And my friend Jackie, who's also part of the Spinners, is also part of a knitting group within Leeds, and they have knitted a big map of Leeds. Well, it's not a map, it's like, well, it's called the Knitted Leeds. And it was really, really wonderful. It's huge, massive big thing, and it's all got the landmarks of Leeds around. It was going to be on display in the Corn Exchange in Leeds City Centre, and we went out to do some demonstrating. So we were demonstrating how to spin, demonstrating how to knit, and just in general talking about people, about the heritage of the wool trade in Leeds. So it was really, really fun. I really, really enjoyed it, but I actually got some spinning done, and it's kind of, now that I've kind of found, you know, that I can do this, then now that I really, really want to start spinning more and more. So currently on my spinning wheel, I can't bring in the whole wheel, it's halfway through a braid, but this is the other half. So look at this. I'm just going to wrap it round. You can't really see because I want you to be able to see all the colours. This I picked up at Yarndale from Spin City. It was a big giant merino and nylon braid in a huge big neon rainbow. How lovely is that? I just love it. I just think it's absolutely amazing, and I think it goes really, really nice with my storm clouds. So I'm really hoping to put these two together in into a nice, I'm thinking a really nice big cowl. That's the plan. And I started spinning on this yesterday. I started at the red end, and I think I'm halfway through the green. So I did a good half of it yesterday. I really, really enjoyed it. It's been really, really fun. So talking about Yarndale, I don't know if you saw my little vlog. Did anybody have a little watch of what I did? I've got to say, I'm a little bit sorry about the ending. My battery died on my phone, on my camera, and that was it. It was a very abrupt end. So I would like to have carried on and filmed a little bit more, but I forgot my battery pack as soon as I walked out the door, and I wasn't turning back for it. As you could see, I was actually already late. So yeah, I had an absolute brilliant time at Yarndale. I loved it so much. I went for both days, and I didn't film any of the Saturday, well, little tiny bits, but yeah, you'll have seen them and not realised. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. As soon as I walked in on the Saturday, the first day I walked in, and the first person that I bumped into was Julie Twist Tangle Fibres. And it was a really, really nice day. We had a really good mooch around, but I must say she has definitely influenced my purchases, because I went in, this is my list, this is what I knew I needed. I would really like to make myself a navy cardigan. I would like a nice blue, dark blue navy to make myself a nice cardigan. I also wanted to buy yarn to make a colourwork jumper. That was my plan. And then maybe a couple of nice sock yarn skeins, some individual sock skeins. And that was my plan. And instead of my navy jumper, I came away with 15 skeins of undyed yarn. So they are all, we think, I've got to say, it was in the bargain bin at Chester Wool. It's 100%, I'm sure she said merino, non-superwash merino. That's definitely non-superwash merino. And this is a bag for, well, there's 9 skeins of fingering weight, and I found one of DK because I wanted to give, do a nice hat. So yeah, 15 skeins. Ooh, 15 skeins of undyed yarn. So I'm going to have a bit of a dyeing party. Yes, I also bought some navy dye. So, but she was, yeah, it was right. If I'm going to buy just a nice solid colour, I'm going to see if I can try and get that nice solid colour myself. I'm going to give it a go anyway. So that's what I bought, but because, you know, I budgeted, well, I didn't budget, it was my birthday, so the very beginning of September is my birthday, 7th of September, and I asked everybody in my family if I could have money to go to Yarndale. I also got the tickets for Yarndale. David normally would get me a class. I enjoyed doing the class last year. I'd like to do a class this year, but they were all sold out. The ones that I wanted to do were all sold. So apart from my mum and dad, who actually, I'll show you this, bought me this. How nice is that? So it's a really, really nice gradient kit. So it's the Wonderland yarns. They're all inspired by Alice in Wonderland, and these are the Cheshire Cat. So again, it's 100% superwash merino, fingering weight, and 250 grams each. How nice is that? My mum knows me so well, and that is from Knit One Pearl One in Manchester. My mum and dad always seem to go to these really nice yarn shops without me. I don't mind, they buy me things. It's really cute. Oh, and also, I forgot about this. A really nice little handmade pot. How nice is that? It's really cute. What else have I got in it? Oh, sorry, I'm going to show you now. This was also made by my mother-in-law. How cute is this? She's like, I made you a little project bag. Anyway, that's what my birthday present came in. That's going in there now. What was I actually talking about? It was my birthday. Oh, Yarndale. Yes, because my mum and dad, so my mum and dad gifted me the yarn, so, which is just amazing. And then everybody else chipped in and got me some money to spend at Yarndale. I wanted two sweater quantities, and I managed to get lots of sweater quantities in one go. James is awake. I'm going to go get James. Want to say hello? Ah. Very sleepy, red-faced baby. You want to just have a little snuggle? And I'll see if I can really quickly show you guys what I got from Yarndale. I really wanted to sit down and do a proper Yarndale haul and tell you everything about everything that I got. He's looking at me now like, who are you talking to? Why are you not talking to me? Sorry. Come here. I'm just going to go through everything really, really quickly. So, I picked up lots of undyed yarn. I want to show you this one because this is my favourite thing that I bought in the whole festival. It's a new to me dyer. This is Dye Done. And this is a Yakalicious DK. So it's 50% superwash merino, 20% silk and 20% yak. It is the softest thing that I think I've ever felt. And it's just beautiful. So there was a sample knit up in this exact colour of a big shawl. I'm going to put the name of the shawl here. I want everybody to go have a look at it. It was just so nice. It was absolutely beautiful, and I think if it was definitely a luxury purchase if I wanted to get the skein. It was 5 skeins for this shawl, and it was quite an expensive yarn. It's definitely a luxury. But I really, really just wanted the colour. I thought it was really, really nice. It's so soft. Beautiful, isn't it? Is it beautiful? It's so soft and it's so nice. But her aesthetic, Dye Done, everything that they seem to do was really, really nice. It was really, really beautiful. The colours were lovely. The bases were really, really nice. And they were a Polish couple. So I think it was the gent that does all the dyeing and the lady that does all of the designs, and they were all really, really nice. Definitely my favourite highlight of the whole yarn deal, dye done. Really, really nice. Yeah, what else did we get? We picked up, so totally crazy now, we went for some dye candy. This is called Unicorn Massacre. You can see where it's coming from. And it's 90% superwash merino and 10% nylon, and it's their squiggle base. And I just thought it was really, really interesting. And I thought it'd make a super duper hat. Super duper. You think? You like a hat? One for James? No. Super duper, yeah. I didn't really see much of this kind of art yarny base anywhere else. I really, really thought that was quite individual, quite nice. Now, this was a really, really random purchase. I really like it, but it was one of them things that kind of drew me in, and I really, really wanted it, so I bought it. And I came away and thought, oh, why did I... That was not on the list. Anyway, this is Lucy Locketland, okay, and it is a sock set to make little toadstool socks. Let's see if I can find them. And you can see, that's the magic toadstool sock. And it was the sample. The sample was knit up in this kit, and it just looked ace. I was just drawn to it, and I just wanted the little toadstool socks. What can you say? Little magic toadstools. I bought. Yeah, I was saying, wasn't I? Because my budget suddenly changed, I took with me enough money to buy sweater quantities and a couple of skeins of sock yarn. And I bought undyed yarn. So I managed to get really good deals. It was £20 for 5 skeins of undyed, so I bought 15. So I spent £60, but I've got at least 3 or 4 sweater quantities of yarn. And extra, I'm not getting it again. So I had kind of lots of, not leftover money, but you know, it was little splurges that I could then buy that I wouldn't have normally. So that was the yarn. That was, I've got some more. No, I've got some more. It's just in a different bag. So I came away with 2 massive bags. So I got a big Yarndale bag. That was, I think it was it 2017's bag? I liked that sheep more. And it's super duper full. So I picked up some undyed fibre. This is Falkland. Some undyed Falkland. Again, the price, I just couldn't say no. Super duper soft. I've not spun with Falkland, and I thought there's 400 grams. I could spin a jumper. So we were laughing because when I bumped into Julie, we were having a little wander around, and we were going to John Arbon, and we were bumping into friends. And our friend Irene, who, oh my gosh, I'm just on so many tangents. I was talking about my wheels earlier, weren't I? When I was doing spinning. Irene has given me a wheel. So, super gifted, super generous friends. Julie's lent me her wheel for however long she has got a tiny house for. And then Irene said the other day, well, I've got a wheel. Don't you have a wheel that's not yours? You can have a wheel. And has given me her Ashford Traditional. So now I have 2 wheels in my house. Yes, I do. But yeah, I just can't get over the generosity of these people. Of my friends. My friends are so generous, and I can't believe it. But Irene is a brilliant spinner, and you go get it then. I don't want to get it. You go get it. Irene spins for projects. She spins for a purpose. She spins for jumpers. It might be dinner time, guys. I'm going to zoom through this. I don't want to zoom through my gushing of how amazing Irene is. She basically spins for jumpers. She has her thing in her mind. She's like, right, I'm going to spin this amount. She knits and then she spins some more and carries on knitting and then spins some more. I need a little bit more, I'll spin some more. She's absolutely brilliant. And as we were walking around, Julie and me were saying, I wish we could spin like Irene. I wish we were Irene. So I bought yarn to spin like Irene. I bought fibre even to spin like Irene. I'm going to show you this. Why is it in an extra bag? What's the matter, James? So, this is the fibre that I've bought. This is all from John Arbon. And let's have a little look. Hopefully I can spin like Irene. I really want to spin myself a colourwork jumper. So I've bought all my colours and I've bought my solid. If I need it, I could always dye it a different colour if I wanted to. But that is my plan. I'm going to spin myself a jumper. I can't remember off the top of my head what all these are called. They're all different blends. I think they're the same. I think it's what it is. John Arbon do a yarn Devonia. This is the blends that Devonia is. So and the colours that he spins them into. So it's Aquarius, mustard. I think it's sage or something. I'll put it up here. But like, tell me what they are, future Gemma in editing. But yeah, that's. Oh, I want to just spin now. James, do you want to go back to sleep? Okay, so that was my my crazy purchase of lots and lots of fibre. And then my last purchase of yarn was, well, I've lost one. Oh my gosh, guys. It's under all. Yes, so my last purchase of Yarndale was some Jameson and Smith. Now, I've never used this yarn before. Is that Mummy? Can you see Mummy talking? Is Mummy talking to James? He is. We're just going to show this one last thing. So, I really, really would like to make myself a nice Jameson Smith, a couple of coloured hats. I thought these ones can go as a background and a nice pattern on top with this one. What do you think? So, I saw a couple of samples that were knit up again at Yarndale and thought I could do that. I'm going to do my own pattern. Are we ready? James says we're finished now, it's dinner time. A couple of little pins that I got. And beautiful little gifts from Green Lammerkin, Suzanne. I don't know if anybody watches Suzanne's little vlogs that she does. She's lovely to follow on Instagram. So there you go, guys. James says we're done. Come on. And to be fair, I've been waffling on and on for a long time. Okay, guys, I hope everybody has fun with their knitting and crafts and whatever you're doing. I hope you have a nice couple of weeks and I'll see you again soon. Hopefully not as long this time. Can you say bye-bye? Can you say bye-bye to everybody? Bye-bye. Kisses. You do some kisses? You blow some kisses, do them. Mwah. See you later, guys. See you later, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.